Hey everybody, I'm Joey, and today you're going to witness a battle of the bovines. This burger blitzkrieg is going to feature Wagyu versus Angus versus 100% grass-fed beef. So follow me and let's turn up the tasting. 'Cause I'm at my prime. Hey, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Hey, whoa. I'm at my hey, whoa. I'm at my Today we're cooking hamburgers, which are so popular, Americans consume over 50 billion hamburgers annually. That's about 3 burgers per person per week. Now, if this sounds like a lot, consider this. McDonald's alone claims they sell over 75 burgers per second. That's about 6 million burgers a day. Today we're gonna cook these burgers using different kinds of beef, beginning with this Wagyu, Angus, and 100% grass-fed, and then my favorite part, we're gonna test the results. All of these burgers are at least 80-20, which means it's a mix of 80% lean beef and 20% fat. Now that's my preferred choice, as these leaner burgers tend to dry out quickly and lack flavor. We recently published a video for grilling incredible burgers every time, which included tips and tricks for making great patties. Now, that's included in the description below, but if you like this or our other videos, please go ahead and hit that like button, or even better, the subscribe button. So let's take a look at these burgers close up and check out the differences. Over here we have the Wagyu beef burger. Now this is fine beef. The first thing I'm seeing right now is that this burger is a little bit darker than these other two. However, that really doesn't have to do with the beef itself. This one has been sitting out just a little bit longer. We bought it frozen, so it's had just a little bit of oxidation. That's something you typically see, especially with hamburgers. And that doesn't make it bad, just for the record. It just, again, it has received some oxygen that has changed the color. But really digging in here, the first thing I see is that the fat is, and the beef is really sort of separated even throughout the burger. I can see those really nice fat chunks, and they kind of stand alone. I think that's gonna cause this burger to have a lot of flavor. As we say here at Red Meat Lover, the fat is where it's at when it comes to beef. Over here we have our Angus burger. This is just your typical store-bought beef. Again, mixed to an 80-20. The thing that I see here is that the fat is really more interwoven with the beef. It doesn't stand out as its own independent white specks. This has a really much more pinkish color even than our grass-fed beef, which is right over here. This is 100% grass-fed beef. A quick note, when you buy grass-fed beef, a lot of beef, most beef is grass-fed up to a point, but then it's grain finished. So when you buy grass-fed beef at the store, you really want to look on the label to ensure that it is 100% grass-fed beef. That makes a difference. So over here, we kind of see similarities, very similar to the Wagyu. The fat kind of just stands alone on its own. It's not as interwoven. I don't really see any differences in the nature of the fat itself. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out and share that result with you. So I personally like a big half-pound burger that is uniform in size and can meet the bun end to end. Nothing is more annoying than a small burger on an oversized bun, or a hamburger that really looks more like a football. And other complaints, I want these kids to get off my lawn. Now that that's out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and season these burgers only using a half tablespoon of kosher salt, and I'm gonna put a little canola oil only on one side, the side that's gonna go down on the cast iron skillet first. Okay, so this pan has been heating now for about 5 minutes. We're starting to see a little bit of smoke coming up off the top, so it's time to go ahead and get these burgers in. So first we're gonna start with the Wagyu. We're gonna get it right over here. Next up is the Angus. We'll go right here with it. And over here is the grass-fed beef. Again, I place these oil side down. So we're gonna let these cook for about 2 minutes on this side. I'm gonna flip them, let them cook for another 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna flip them every single minute until they reach an internal temperature of about 130 degrees, or what is medium rare. Then when there's about a minute left of cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and add this cheese. This is good old-fashioned American cheese, and I know that for some of you, even the sight of this abomination of a quote-unquote cheese disturbs you to your very core. Look, I'll be the first one to acknowledge that it's not really suitable for most things. Maybe it's nostalgia, or maybe like Pavlov's dogs, it's just good old-fashioned downright conditioning. But it does seem to have found a home smothered atop billions of these delicious meat patties every single year. I thought about just maybe trying the meat plain, but that didn't really seem right. I wanted to experience the burger in its natural habitat, smothered in cheese and covered between two buns. So these are almost ready to flip. I'm gonna go ahead and finish out this cooking process, and then we're gonna be right back for the taste test. Okay, so now it's time for the very best part. We're gonna try these and report back to you, our audience. First thing before I get started, I want everyone to know at home that yes, this cutting board was washed and cleaned thoroughly prior to the fully cooked meat going on here from the raw meat. So just a heads up, but we're gonna dive right in now, and we're gonna start over here with this 100% grass-fed beef. Let's see how it tastes. It's a very thick burger, in part due to the brioche bun. Could be a little messy here. Let's give it a shot. It's a very good burger. The beef, the ground beef in there seems to be pressed a little tight. I could kind of tell that in its raw stage, but it's an excellent burger. Very good. I would not complain about someone serving me this. Fantastic. This right here is our Angus burger. So let's dive right in. Again, thick guy right here. Let's give it a shot. It's definitely a different tasting burger than this one right here. It seems to have a little bit more richness to it, I think is the word I'm looking for. The ground beef, it just feels a little bit looser in my mouth. I'm gonna go ahead and actually try that one again. Definitely, there's definitely a little bit of richness in this one that's not present over here. Now, candidly, the one I'm most excited about, our Wagyu beef burger. Let's check it out. All right, another thick burger here, partly due to these brioche buns. Maybe I should have gone with a potato bun, something that kind of compresses a little neater, or maybe I should have just gone with a thinner patty. But man, I really like the taste of that beef really shining through all the other condiments right through the bun. Let's see how it tastes. Another great tasting burger. I think that this one has a real depth to its beefy flavor. I noticed that while it was cooking, it took on a little different caramelization. The Maillard effect. It's hard for me to explain. It was a little faster. It was a little richer. A little darker. But this has a depth of flavor that I'm just not tasting in these other two. I think they're all great burgers. I think if I were to rank them in terms of most least favorite, I mean, this Wagyu burger is just fantastic. It has that richness. It's hard to explain, to find all the words to explain what it is that I'm tasting. And rather than trying to convince you, here's what I do. Here's what I suggest. I suggest you give this a shot at home. Buy these, cook them up, see if there's any real difference for you. I mean, there is some differences in the price points. This Wagyu burger is going to be substantially more expensive than this Angus beef that you typically find in the store. But is it worth it? You know, that's up for you to determine. Hey, rather than taking another bite of this, and I'll eat all of it right after this video, I just want to thank you for tuning in, for supporting our channel. Here at Red Meat Lover, we're all about cooking meat made easy. And that's what we strive to show you in every single video. If you like this video and our other videos, please give us a thumbs up, like, or even better, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you'll never miss a beat. We have a lot of great things coming up over the course of the next year, some really interesting steak experiments, very similar to this, but with steak. Anyway, thanks for checking us out, and I'll see you next time. I'm gonna get back to eating. Wow. Okay, everybody, we thought we were done with this review, but we're not. I had to come back and tell you, our audience, what some of our staff, some of our off-camera staff really had to say about these burgers. I thought it might provide a better experience for you guys at home. And starting over here with the grass-fed, I heard some feedback that it just tended to dry out a little bit faster. It had more of an earthy flavor. It just lacked the richness that many of the other two did. As you can see, they're all gone. Everyone loved them. That Angus Burger, it's just like basically what you're used to. It's familiar, it's common, it's a good burger. It's not gonna knock anyone's socks off though. It is a little richer and a little bit moister than our grass-fed. Now I keep on pointing to it like it's here, and of course they're all gone. But that Wagyu burger, really, again, the best word I can use is a richness. One of our staff members said it had an unctuousness to it, a real depth of flavor as you bit through it. And again, for the price difference between Wagyu and these other two, that's exactly what we'd expect to see. One more thing, if you're looking to buy some Wagyu, it's kind of tough to find in a lot of the stores. We have a partnership with a farmer out of Kansas, Wiens Wagyu. We've included a link in the description below. Go check them out. Anyway, I'm gonna go grab my beer. I'll see you next time.